Welcome to D&D Journey of the 5th edition. Join our various gaming groups as we play the 5th edition of Dungeons & Dragons. And maybe just hang out and chat about gaming in general. Sit back and enjoy the show.
Hi, this is Kelly, aka Trixie from Ragnarok and Roll, a Scion to Ragnarok story, and Tilda Wimblewick from D&D Journey of the 5th edition. First off, I would just like to say thank you to everyone for listening to our varied adventures, as well as for rating us on iTunes and RPGpodcast.com. If you haven't rated us yet, we would greatly appreciate it if you could. And if you're looking for more ways to support our efforts, we are now on Patreon, a great site where you can help us continue making more podcasts, as well as some special surprises for our patrons. If you can, please look us up at www.patreon.com/cppn. Every little bit helps. And again, thank you for listening.
Okay, so I'm going to choose an object. I have to touch throughout the cast, so I'm
fondling the corpse.
I am checking the craftsmanship, and it casts for a minute. If it is a magic item or some other magic imbued item, you learn its properties and how to use them, whether it requires attunement, how many charges, if any, and whether any spells are affecting the item and what they are. If the item was created by a spell, you learn which spell created it.
You're sensing that it's made by quite a few different spells piled together. So you sense that this body will probably reanimate of some sort. I'll even give you that the altar and the body are connected.
Destroy it.
Well, do I know how to destroy it then?
Give me a Arcana check real quick. What'd you get?
12.
12. That's good enough to kind of put it together. That I'll give you that you're figuring out through the magic. If you were to make it whole, i.e. the missing center in its chest, and basically it could experience true death at that point. But the mere fact that part of the ritual, since it's missing its heart, it will come back.
I start looking around for the heart.
Okay, the only thing that you remember that gave off magic, besides the torches I forgot to tell you about, was the calendar behind the altar. That could have been more than a calendar.
Giggle snort.
Yes.
How do we use this? The two of us work together.
Okay, so the two of you are working together on it. Go ahead and giggle
We
snort.
make such a good team.
Give me an investigation with advantage. He's aiding you.
You hear me say quietly under my
Well,
breath, please.
are you going to roll, or are you just giving her advantage?
I can give her advantage.
Okay.
Because she knows how to work things.
6.
Is that with your bonuses?
Well, as far as I remember them.
Okay.
I might have better on my other character sheet, but...
Oh, bummer. Alright.
Okay, so you guys basically are taking a short rest so you can try again. What did you get?
A 10.
So you guys are looking... You see these guys for like minutes are poking at this calendar, turning the calendar dates, doing all these things, and it basically just moves like a Mayan calendar with tumblers, and you know, your wizard is insisting it's magical of some sorts.
Okay.
So you guys basically moving on, or?
This is
important.
This is important.
Okay, what's somebody gonna do? I mean, you could always haul off and try to destroy it. I mean, that's always an option.
I'm gonna... We rested, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna try 10.
Okay.
Do you ever any hit points on a
What's that?
short rest?
On a short rest, you can spend your hit dice, which you have 5 of. but you don't get them back until a long rest.
I guess another Arcana. That's a 17.
Okay. So, now did you use Arcana or Investigate?
I guess I should use a different skill because I've already burned one.
So what skill are you using?
But Arcana's higher.
Is that what you're using?
Yes.
Okay. So these two have been futzing with this thing. They had to move, the things on top of the altar so Snore could stand on top of the altar. And then finally, your wizard is playing with this thing, and you hear this click combination sound. And immediately the eyes on the goblin's face, the jewels that are the eyes start to glow. And all of a sudden the mouth drops open, just a smidge, just almost enough to put your hand inside there.
This sounds like a good idea.
Did someone put their hand inside there? I mean, Snore, you got thieves' tools. You could use the tools.
I do. I was going to say, I should do that.
Okay. So you don't need to worry about rolling, because as you put your tools in there, his hand should be going in there. You see that there's looks like a little hand grip that you grab and pull. You basically pull the lip out. You do that?
Yeah.
So immediately you hear this
dip in there.
click, tick, 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 and the tumblers kind of move a little more. And then all of a sudden, a larger section of the wall than you would think starts to roll out of the way.
I think it would have been faster if I didn't get your help.
Probably.
And you do see
But thank you anyway.
in a beautiful glass jar this
Just be
very
pure
large
tired.
heart that, as you watch, seems to go brr, 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 every now and then. About once a minute, you just see it flutter.
A heart?
A heart.
So I am going to grip the heart.
Okay.
I'm going to lean my staff
Well, it's
up
in a
against
jar,
the
so-
wall. Okay,
yeah.
grab the heart.
Okay.
I'm going to walk over, set it down next to the altar, go pick up the body and lay it on the altar.
Okay, you knock all the rest of the alchemist kit off of it.
Well, I think we cleared it off, right?
Mostly.
Yeah,
So
to
she
get
can
on
there.
the...
And then his chest is kind of jacked up, right?
Well, it's been sutured close, really nicely. I mean, somebody did great work doing an autopsy and then suturing him back up.
Hey, wouldn't that hack it back open?
I have
You
some
put lots of
daggers.
hacks in other spots.
You have some what?
I said I have some daggers. We can cut this guy open.
You could give me a medicine check or a just hack at it till you're done.
Do you know anything about medicine?
Let's see. I know a smidge or two. Yeah.
You think you could open this for me?
I need
Oh,
you
like
to
a jar.
put this in their body.
Fine.
I want your patient to survive. Wait, no, I don't. I want to break the curse the patient is under.
It's like operation.
Only he wakes up.
Yeah, that's a whole 8.
Oh my gosh!
We're still good,
And
guys.
she's
Back
like,
out of that
hack-
shitty roll.
she's hacking around the stitches to make a new opening, and then you're like, we can break these ribs. Crack! Who needs to open the rib cage
We're just
when you
gonna
can just take
kill
one or
him.
two ribs?
Sometimes
And-
I don't think that's how you do it.
And I'm assuming you kind of shove the heart inside there sideways.
Well, I mean, look at it this way. I'm not really a life giver. I'm more of a life taker.
And you realize that when the heart gets pushed in, are you turning identify back on? You still have it on, right?
Yeah, it's a concentration, so...
So as you touch him, and she shoves the heart in with this disgusting sound of the heart catching on bone and ripping open. All of a sudden, as soon as she shoves the heart in there and kind of lip service closes the wounds,
Closes the flap.
you hear
Duct tape.
this mutant hobgoblin give out a wheezing, and then his chest kind of just butterfly shudders, and he and you sense the identify is telling you there's no magic here. You're wrong.
Well, not wrong. You solved the problem.
Or that. You could look at it that way.
We laid it to rest.
Yes. Okay, that's more my thing. Yeah.
Wow. Talk about
Meanwhile, while you
never
two are
lets you
doing
work
this,
on me in battle.
Giggle Snort,
Yeah.
you realize that in the little closet that's inside the
The wall.
wall rolled open, there's a little closet. And you realize the closet is really just like a door with a closet built onto it.
Death cleric.
Wow.
That's what we were doing, was returning it to dinner.
So are you going to open this door or futz with the things that are on the shelves? There's other things on the shelves. It's just that immediately somebody was attracted to the glass jar with the big heart in it.
Yeah,
Don't drink
I'll look at all the
That's
stuff on the
probably
shelves
not
first.
You can take
Anything?
a sip.
Anything cool?
Give me a perception check as you're seeing like vial of dried this, vial of dried that, little funky thing there, and you're just like, what is all these things?
21.
Wow. What are all these things that I want to steal that are amazing?
All of it.
It pretty much is like that. You do find, as I'm pulling it up really quick, please don't mind this brief moment.
It's quite enough.
Might be.
As you see a couple vials that say different things, but you notice the vials are cracked and it leaked out of whatever's in there, because, you know, elves, they're jerks. They party like a rock star in here, killing, you know, the poor hybrid before. And you see a container listed as restorative ointment.
Okay.
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 So you grab the little wax that says restorative ointment, right?
Yeah.
Neosporin.
Write it down.
Yep.
I was gonna give it to one of you guys. Seems like
Don't
something
give it to the
that I
cleric.
shouldn't
She
have.
just wants to kill you, not really.
No,
Yeah.
I heal you all as a professional courtesy.
Well, I'm gonna give you that. The ointment.
Okay.
Okay. So immediately you put it in your pocket and you're like, I'll give this out later.
I need to review the game. I think that's the first seal she casted.
I think so. I think
And you see what looks almost like a ceremonial athame that's
Okay.
sticking in a little pestle,
I've done heal.
Okay.
water pestle.
Yeah.
And you can see inside the pestle it's got some like dried residue or something that looks like either the dagger was dipped in or leaked off the dagger.
Interesting. I'm
Yeah.
going to show it to them and see if they can figure out what it is.
At the very second, she's going, "Ugh," showing the heart, and you're like, I find things. Which explains that 8 for medicine.
I distracted you.
And
Would have been better without your help.
Ouch!
I just needed
See
an
if I ever
axe, and I
jump
could have
in to
done the
save you with
same
some epic
thing.
shot.
Right?
So, our wizard with his identify eyes, are you going to identify the items? Your identify still cooking.
Okay. Yes.
Okay. So, which are you fondling first? The container of Visine she's giving you?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So immediately you start to use your special ether eyes, and you identify while you're fondling this and looking at the sticky ointment that it is in fact restorative ointment. It is a glass jar, 3 inches in diameter, that contains, roll me 1d4, since you found it, 2 doses of a thick mixture that smells faintly of aloe. The jar weighs roughly half a pound. It's apparently super dim shit. As an action, 1 dose of the ointment can be swallowed or applied to the skin. I love how you have the choices. To a creature, and it restores 2d8 plus 2 hit points. And the person ceases to be poisoned and is cured of any disease.
That's pretty powerful.
That's some super potent
Nice.
shit. And you're fighting the urge to put it in your pocket, saying it's nothing.
Yeah. I don't think this is anything.
So immediately you like just put some on both sides like you're playing football.
How many doses?
2. She rolled poorly. or the doses have dried out and condensed to the thickest paste ever.
Right.
And are you going to fondle the athame?
Yeah. Hands all, paws all over.
Okay, so you identify that it is a magical item. It seems to be some kind of magical dagger.
Who would want a magical dagger? What a waste.
Well, technically, it was the alchemist's murder knife, but okay. It's his ritual athame. So you identify it as a dagger that is associated with poisons. Probably like poisonous spray spell. Because it is a magical dagger that gives +1 to attack and damage made with this weapon. And you can use an action to cause a thick black poison to coat the blade. Now remember, that's an action. That's kind of expensive.
It's like a mace,
The poison remains 1 minute or until an attack with the weapon is made against the creature. That creature must succeed on a DC 15 Constitution saving throw or take 2d10 poison damage and become poisoned for 1 minute.
You writing that down?
No, I was waiting to see if I could have it.
Screenshot it to you?
Yeah.
The dagger can't be used this way again until the next dawn.
That's okay.
But it lasts for how long?
1 minute.
That's
So
still
you
pretty
burn
good.
an attack to grease the blade and then stab someone for an extra 2d10.
9 rounds of...
Potential stabby.
Yeah.
And it is a dagger, so it can be thrown or pushed into someone.
This might
You
help.
said it was +1 for attack and
Damage. Yep.
This might help you be more effective.
Probably.
Well, at least you won't have to borrow or take arrows.
I won't be stealing.
I don't know.
I'm now shuffling where my quiver is underneath my cloak.
I mean, personally, I think that was a badass move. And the fact that it did, exactly 5 more points that was needed.
I still.
Definitely paid off.
You can have it back. You just have to.
Yeah, no, I'm assuming I picked it back up in terms of like I'm down to 3 regular arrows at that point.
Now it's like, but all the magic's gone. It's just a regular arrow.
Yeah, that's why I'm at 3 and not 2.
It was magic well spent. I mean, you did 17 and
I'm still claiming credit of that was my arrow. In my head, at least. In my head, at least, it was my arrow.
I was kill shot adjacent to that.
I have the assist.
And when you open the door, you realize there's a corridor that heads inside there.
Ooh, guys, look. A corridor.
It's dark. It's not lit up. Good thing you have dark vision to tell you it goes about 40 feet down. Are you gonna go in?
You guys want to go down this corridor?
Did we take a short rest?
No, you didn't.
We should take a rest.
Y'all were busy. They were all busy trying to figure the
But
thing
they had
out.
to take a short rest between the attempts.
Well, you guys could have.
Oh.
This
Do a
was
short rest,
part
okay.
of your short rest. Was these two going crazy trying to figure this thing out?
Well, I think that's considered resting if you're walking. I mean, light activity.
You were using a lot of skills. It was frustrating.
Okay.
You guys could, now that you figured out how to work it, close it and take a rest. I mean, you're fairly certain that over here, those doors that have the magical glyphs of warding on them, you believe nothing has come through that door in a long time.
There's dust on it.
Yep. I mean, if you want to go up and read the words to find out how old they are, you probably could, but... No, that's
Yeah, now I'm going to take the time to just relax and walk around and take a really close eye, but no, not exerting myself skillfully.
Okay, so are you leaving the door open that you opened?
I think we're going to close it for now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys clink, 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 click. It locks in place. All of a sudden, you remember that trapdoor floor safe that Aganon was looking at, and you were just like, "Stop!"
I'm going to walk over and open that up.
Okay, so you know exactly where to touch on it to cause it to leave or open and everything because you've seen it open like 3 times, right?
Mm-hmm.
And immediately you look down there, you see there's a blackened skull. Looks very familiar. Basically, it's another one of those weird blackened skulls. And a stack of books. And you're definitely getting the idea that the first book that you're seeing is that alchemist's recipe book.
So is it more medicine related or was it arcanic related?
It's alchemy based. So with this recipe book, you would basically have advantage on any alchemy kit checks.
But I'm not trained in it.
But you'd still have advantage in it using the recipe book.
That's true. Excellent. What else we got?
What are the books?
Okay, so you pull out the first book, and it's the alchemy book, and you just like put the skull to the side, and you're like, my precious. Then the second book, go ahead and give me a dex save as you pull the book out.
Of course.
Well, they weren't going to make it easier.
Right? 9.
9. As you pull out the book and the front cover comes up, just the front cover, as a bunch of the book just crumbles to dust.
No.
I mean, these are 2 millennia old books. As you get the cover of ancient goblin history, blah, 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 would have been great for the history. As the book just ploofs.
Damn it! Fling the book across the cup, not at somebody.
Okay?
But everybody instinctually ducks.
As the book turns to dust as he throws it so hard. And there's one more book in there.
I thought there were 4.
There's 3.
Okay. I'm going to gently try to retrieve this book.
Okay, so you just like roll up your sleeves. You're doing the whole get your sweat off, taking your time. I'll give you advantage on this dex save.
$19.
Okay, you pull out a book that says, the ancient empire and resources for the next 100 years.
1900 years out of
Far
date.
more poetic. But immediately when you look at it, you see the pages are like double-sheafed pages that have been folded into the cover. And it's got maps of what looks like the countryside may have been before, someone diverted 3 rivers into this area.
Right.
It's funny when you make the Grand Canyon come through someone's nice countryside, it ruins the place.
Right.
And basically it talks about humans. You see some like tribal humans, rough sketches of them. You see the hated Eladrin elves. And it shows a picture of the Eladrin capital city, planned for conquest the next 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
You see the elves of the trees, wood elves, and then the highborn, and it shows another elven community of elves.
I am.
Which I will give you that in the current day and age, you guys do realize where it showed the elves of the wood. You guys know there are elves in that area to this day. On your map, if somebody wants to give me a history.
Is this about the elves?
Yep.
Because they're one of my
I'll
favorite
give you
enemies.
advantage with that roll.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. Yeah. Intelligence checks to recall info.
Yep.
Yeah. So
you have a history with advantage.
okay, because it's straight history for me. Natural 20.
Damn! So immediately,
Well, after modifiers is a 20.
so you immediately point out to him that land of elves, stinky elves live there. Yours tastes good though. And you're basically confirming what he's looking on this ancient map, and you're just like, the forest is a third of the size it is in this map here. It's like, no, that's not right. The woods are very small here. And you know for a fact there are wood elves that live there.
Okay.
And since you did roll a natural 20, when you see the part of the map that says, here's where the highborn elves are, high elves, you know for a fact, it's natural fucking 20, that there are high elf ruins that have been overtaken by the forest.
Okay.
That there was probably high elves there at one point. Maybe 1,000 years ago, goblins massacred them all and they abandoned the town. But where you see where they say there's a ladron there, you're like, there's nothing there. There's like, literally, there's no forest there. There's just dead land in that area.
Okay.
But you do know rumors, since the ladrons are elves, that there's rumors of Feywild creatures in that area. So possibly there's portals to the Feywild in that area.
Portals.
Which would be absolutely horrible, because who really wants magical fairy elves coming through?
Yeah.
I'm assuming you guys are talking this all out loud.
Mm-hmm.
So remember from your book that you've been slowly deciphering from the high goblin speak, that you know, historically speaking, that the Eladrin were the douchebag elves that started the war with the goblins, that set the goblins against all of the elves. Which was also why your mentor, guru, hero, your goblin son Sue, learned actual elven magic to fight elves. Not from the Eladrin, of course, because they would rather die than share that. And then, of course, in his books, not all elves were bad. But now, again, after 2,000 years of racial prejudice, all elves are bad. Because maybe these wood elves, according to this book with the maps, didn't join in any war. They were just stuck as collateral damage.
No.
Until goblins started killing everything.
They're those skinny pointy ears.
Tasty, tasty pointy ears. And basically, this is another historical tomb that makes many first-hand references to your guru, further cementing that he is an actual hobgoblin from history, not just this mythical Sun Tzu character that wrote the Book of War for goblins, and established things like war mages as an actual thing in war. And the fact that he said that hobgoblins don't need religion. Don't tell your cleric.
Who needs religion?
Give me that hobgob religion. Give me that hobgob religion. Put that axe down now. She's gonna split my head.
Oh yeah.
Don't need to
Speaking of
pretend.
axes, your axe is still floating there for
Yep.
a certain amount of time.
So you do know for a fact that Giggle Snort, that there's that hallway there. Well, they're all looking in this hole, and you hear them going, "Holy, holy, holy." I'll take my fate die. That's why it didn't go nowhere. It's on tape. And you do know that there's a corridor that goes down there. I mean, do you want to...
I mean, when everyone's ready, we should go.
When everyone's ready?
Yeah.
What is this ready stuff?
We were
Giggle
taking a
Snort
rest.
should wander off without them.
That sounds like a terrible plan.
You guys are resting too long. Come on. She's over there like tapping her foot.
When are we going to go to Disneyland?
Don't we turn this expedition around?
Go.
So, are you going to point out the corridor to the others, or just say,
We already
"Don't
talked
worry
about the
it."
corridor?
You mean close the door?
Yeah. But they know it's there. I said it's there. So, if everyone's ready, we should go. Is everyone ready?
Sure.
Okay, so you reach
We
your
open the
hand
door.
safely in the thing and pull the thing and make the thing turn and the door creaks open.
Yeah.
Okay, so somebody give me a survival check. I wonder who's going to do
Probably.
that.
Probably.
I wonder who's going to do that.
Now the question is, which die do I use?
Which
The
one's
one
gonna
that
be
Which one-
only
which
give
one-
you a 20.
Yeah, they've been fickle tonight.
Do the cursed
No
one.
kidding. You're not the only one.
Yeah, they've all been fickle tonight. A 10.
A 10.
Yeah.
Okay, so immediately you kind of like look down the hallway. It looks like a dank, dark tunnel. And you're just like, it's fine.
Yep.
So who's going down that tunnel first?
That would have been a dirty 20.
Oh man. Just warmed up.
I figured this one was on timeout long enough for my one.
Well, if
Apparently
nobody
not.
else wants to, I will.
It was 5 times better, I think.
Okay, so immediately Giggle Snorts, like taking the lead, heading off inside. With your new fancy dagger.
Yes.
Okay.
She's leading with her little dip or what?
So as you're going through the Ookie Dookie corridor,
Technical terms.
that's totally technical terms.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and give me a dex save as you're walking down this little
I
corridor.
mean, I'm the good one to give it a dex save.
This is true.
20. Dirty.
Jesus. Okay, so you make it to the end of the corridor. It makes a quick turn, and you see it opens up into, remember that pool room you were at when you guys got pretty much early on in here? Something similar to that, where it looks like it may have been like a shallow pool, possibly like the alchemist kept things alive in here, like it was a terrarium.
Is there
Everything's kind of turned into just a biofilm.
Ugh, probably has a nice stink.
It's very
It's a nice aroma.
unpleasant. And then you kind of like turn around and look at the rest of the group and notice that nobody followed you yet.
Oh well. Can I make out anything aside from watery, filmy grossness?
Yeah. Go ahead and give me a perception as you kind of like go further in so you can see more of this place.
Are you?
Cole?
Code.
Ooh. So immediately you're looking around this really nasty place and you realize that there's something. You thought at first like it may have been a plant, but something in the middle of this pool, and it kind of wiggles, and it seems to have like little pseudopods you thought were a tree, but then it moves with this weird. But it's pretty far away from you. It's like 40 feet away from you.
You're safe.
But there's no like landing. There's no other ground.
Well, pretty much, it's a. Let me pen and paper out real quick for you. I use this in the folder. So you went around the little corner, went like this. That's where it drops down. And you had a 20-something, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you basically come around the corner, you look, and you see this little tree thing in the middle of this. This is the slope down, so it's a little pool, but it's full of just scum and nasty goop stuff.
So there's like room to walk around the outside?
And you do notice with your fancy 22 that in the corner here, seems to be little blue rods that seem to be like, precious stone, just like stuck in the ground.
Precious, you say?
Yeah. It looks like jasper. And then just faintly, every now and then, you just see one of the branches just... I mean, you could probably see more if you got some light in here. It could give you some colors and stuff.
Yeah, I should invite everybody. Bring one of those torches.
Do you just yell back to everybody?
Yeah.
Okay. So as soon as you yell back, hey guys, bring some torches, it starts twitching a lot more. And like, you notice that the branches all are now pointing your direction.
I back away.
Okay. So you back away around the corner?
Yes.
Okay.
She made the tree mad.
Don't know what happened, but the tree is mad.
It
doesn't like.
So does anybody come on in with torches?
Quiet.
Actually, I have my mace that has a sheds a bright light,
Uh-huh.
so I'll come down the hall with that.
Okay.
There's an angry tree around the corner.
So, angry tree, there seems to be this glint of precious jasper stone off this little, it's a little foot-long rod. Who knows what it used to be made for, but,
I'll follow along as well.
Okay, so both of you give me a dex save.
Good. 11?
From the dex guy?
I know.
Really?
I have a feeling I'm going to be going down the hallway soon. They're picking a fight with a tree.
Okay.
I'm assuming we ought to be a bit of a slip and slide situation for this hallway.
No. You're not going to worry about slipping on anything now. I know. There's nothing to slip on per se.
We're farming experience right now, okay?
Yeah, that's what we call it. So is anybody else going with?
Yeah, I mean...
Okay, go ahead and give me a dex save, both of you guys. What'd you get?
11. What do we go to 11?
Yes, we're going to 11.
All three of us got 11.
18.
Because I have a -1 to my dex.
I have a +7.
Oh, wow.
That's how bad I rolled.
You rolled a 4.
Damn. Okay, so you guys all head down. You see the little rickety trees just like making clicky noises in you guys' general direction. You walk around the corner with light. Immediately you see the blue glow of the jasper rods. They obviously are some kind of valuable item.
And you can tell I want to take them.
You do want to take them.
Arcana?
But they seem to be in a specific order placement.
So that's a 17.
What are you doing?
I am inspecting it for arcanic revelations.
It may have once been used for Arcana, but you're sensing that it's probably just inert stone at this point. Maybe it was powering some kind of cool water feature here that ran out of power long, long ago. But they are pieces of jasper and they are valuable.
Would it be a survival or a nature? Like, what would it, for looking at this tree thing?
It's going to be a disadvantage, and it would be I could give you nature, but you have to get close, like as close as the blue rod on the floor.
Just to the edge of the.
I
don't have to. Yeah,
to the edge of the pool.
Okay, yeah, I'm willing to get that close.
Okay.
And as he goes down to inspect it, at the last second, he feels this meaty paw grab his collar just in case.
Oh. You said nature?
Nature.
15.
If he gets
15.
grabbed and pulled in, at least I can fight back.
So at first, this thing looks very, it looks like a tree, but then when you look closer, you realize this is no tree. And the branches, when you see the branches, the tips of the branches seem hollow.
Ooh.
And you see this, like, as you get closer, this excited drip of wax that you may think is sap, but then all of a sudden it gets excited and it pulls back in. It like drools and then pulls back in really quick.
The drippy,
sappy stuff.
Like when you have orange juice and you're a
and
kid.
you're just like. And pretty much as soon as you get close enough to identify it, all of a sudden one of those hungry branches goes shooting goober of snot at you.
All right.
And we're going to see if that goober of snot hits you. Mm-hmm. Oh, you found the good dice again. Oh, that's pretty good. I mean, will a 19 hit you?
Yes, that will.
As the goober of snot goes flashing out 30 feet, hits you squarely in the chest. Like some horrible, sticky goop. All of a sudden you look at it, you look at its sticks, and it hits.
He slimed me.
So...
Oh, man.
You are grappled.
Yeah, okay.
On top of grappled until the grapple ends, you are restrained, and you have disadvantage on strength checks and strength saving throws.
Okay.
It's like an ultra web.
Yeah. And let's go ahead and roll initiative.
Okay.
Let's see if maybe it can get initiative so it can bring its dinner home.
Wow. 21.
Can you double when you're
Did
sure?
you take that die?
Yes, I did.
That's just not cool, man. That's just not cool.
Look at it work.
Okay, so what'd you get, Kickle Snart?
13.
9.
Ooh.
21.
Because the wizard's always in a hurry.
Okay.
4. Good to be at that spot.
7.
You know, next time you get a stat bump, you could eliminate that negative
Yep.
Where's the fun in that?
one. Maybe you won't be cursing it all the time.
Again, where's the fun in that?
I'm top stat. Not top stat. Why?
Okay, so it's our wizard's turn. You guys all came down the corridor. You saw this thing went Spider-Man style, stuck the rogue right in the chest. Ranger, sorry.
Close enough.
Our rogue ranger.
The Goblin R class.
It's because you automatically get cunning action as a goblin.
Yeah. It's and it's again. I'm grappled and nothing beyond grappled.
You're grappled and restrained.
Restrained. Okay.
How far away is it?
Do you want to move up close enough to him to try to pull him free?
Okay. Good.
Well, I was right behind, 5 feet behind him, but I grabbed
But he
his
walked
collar.
forward to go inspect it, so he's at the edge.
Yeah, but I was
said he-
thinking that I had
Yeah.
I was holding his collar in case someone grabbed him and
Okay,
pulled
so
him
it's-
in.
So you do have, a hand on him. Are you going to try to wrestle the grapple free? So that means what? You're 2 squares behind the goblin? Only 10 feet behind the goblin?
Yeah.
30 feet from the tree creature?
Yeah, I cast haste on him.
Oh. And what does haste do? Is you go wama lama bing bang.
Yay.
You can fire 15 arrows all at once.
Yeah.
I don't think that's what it says.
One can dream.
+2 AC, advantage on dexterity saving throws, additional action each turn, only be used for one weapon attack, dash, disengage, hide, or use an object. And then after the spell wears off, after a minute concentration, I have a wave of lethargy. So I can't take an action after this. I have to spend an entire action round
Just sitting there.
just like
drool.
Breathe.
I can't believe I pushed myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got Misty Step now, so I can get out of it. That's why I was asking about like the grapple and restrain. I'm like, I'm not incapacitated.
Nope, you're not
So
incapacitated.
so I can, that's
And now you move really fast.
yes.
And then I step back.
Okay, you're
Plus,
like,
that's right, speed and double.
okay, so how far back do you go?
Just back to the entryway.
Okay, so a nice good chunk of distance. Okay.
A little bit.
So more than 20 feet from the goblin.
Sure.
50 feet from the tree thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, so it's our rogue's turn. You see,
Ray, he's still looking at me. He can hear
see
you.
this interesting crackling energy that's going around
Yeah.
Aconite.
he's just like,
You gave the goblin coffee.
What does one do? Shoot at?
you could
Espresso.
shoot at the tree thing. You could run up with your nice new fancy dagger and cut
Coffee
your
with
ranger
sugar.
free from the tendril that's around
Like
it.
butthead when
You
get all the
could
sugar.
run out the
Which-
door
which-
and say,
which-
"Screw you guys, I'm out of here."
What would you like
yeah,
shoot?
so when the haste
You gonna
runs
shoot it?
out, it's
Yeah.
the sugar crash.
Yeah.
With your
He's
normal
gonna be
arrow.
pull his cloak up over his head.
Yep.
So I'm just going to say that to get you on edge.
Sorry.
No.
19.
Oh, sweet Jesus. Your arrow shoots out and just shatters on the bark-like white skin of this thing.
Any magic arrows?
It doesn't look like it was resistant to your magic. It just has that heart of armor.
Oh.
Dive in there with your blade, like.
And
No,
how
no.
close are
You're
you
really
to
good
it?
at scaling trees.
It's true.
So how close are you here? Are you heading back like far back here and shooting at maximum distance?
But yeah.
Okay.
I hadn't really come back.
Uh-huh.
Into the
That's
room.
just what I was checking.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's the creature's turn. So go ahead and give me a dex saving throw.
Okay, I think
As it's pulling you 25 feet straight towards it.
Advantage on dex saving throws.
Okay, and since I'm grappling, that will counter out the.
It's a shame we've
lost
lost that guy, guys. We should go back.
Oh, jeez. You still got one goblin.
25.
It's important.
Okay, so
Right.
you managed to make your dex saving throw as it immediately goes and pulls you in like a fisherman on a hook as you go sliding in the muck.
Oh, so I'm still being pulled.
You're still being pulled. You're just on your feet.
I'm staying upright.
When you did that whole 5-foot drop into the pool, you did not just like smash your face and get dragged prone. So you're on your feet skiing towards this thing as you are now like 5 foot from it.
All right.
As that was just one of its turns.
All right.
Hopefully.
I got a +2 to my AC with this.
Okay.
Although I'm still restrained, so I guess it'll have advantage.
As you notice, the tree kind of like does this disgusting creak sound, and it kind of skin rips open, and there's this like horrible mouth of teeth that are just like 5 feet away from you. They're like in my belly.
Yeah. Cool.
As it's just salivating this disgusting putrid stuff because it hasn't opened its mouth in a long time. This alchemist guy was a dick.
Go get him, Ray.
And so is anyone else not back here at the corner?
Where were we?
Pretty much everywhere is about right here, but now people have all backed up.
Okay, so it was beautiful.
So you backed up with them?
Yeah.
Way to be a team leader. Okay, and it's just kind of like gyrating extra tentacles.
I hear
And
that all the time.
a second tentacle is going to shoot at you, not that it's going to do any more grapple.
Mm-hmm.
But will an 18 hit you?
It will still hit me.
So another tree branch comes and... You're still just grappled?
Yeah.
Just grappled?
I can't be double grappled.
But it wanted to do something else as it's, you know...
But you do
It wanted to show off.
You do get 2 actions on your turn. So
Yeah.
you could actually disengage.
Well, he can't. He's immobilized.
Or break the grapple.
I'm just going to Misty step out of that.
There you go.
Can that get you out of
Yeah,
incapacity?
it's a bonus.
It's teleport 30 feet.
Yep.
So
I was just waiting to see if you knew that.
I have it written. I actually was double checking like is there anything else? It's like, oh no, it's
It's
like
the
it
get out
is
of
a
Dutch
short-
spell.
Yeah.
Okay, and immediately it's just like
But
teethy things.
is it my turn yet though?
So
Okay,
that happens to be your turn.
Okay.
You're right after him, conveniently.
Okay. Yeah. Yes, I will Misty step 30 feet back up into into the
So
he was 20 feet from so I'll be I guess 10 feet away from the edge there.
Oh.
That'll be my and I guess
It's a bonus action.
yeah,
to cast
that's a bonus action, so I can't use and I get another action from haste. So
and a move.
Yeah, I can still move, but
So you have 2 actions. So you
yeah.
have to attack.
I can't, but I can't do planar warrior because that's also a bonus action. I don't get an extra bonus action.
Right.
Just shoot it. with an
Actually,
arrow.
you could use an action as a bonus action.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
You can downgrade it.
I've read that in 5th edition you can't.
You just can't do. Oh, that's right. You can't do more than one bonus action.
Well, no. Yeah.
But I think for you, well,
No. I thought it was just like because it's like you can't like if you cast if you do a bonus action you can't cast a bonus action but
You can't do something that's specifically a bonus action.
Yeah, that's the thing. The planar warrior ability is a bonus action.
So what would you like to do?
I'll just shoot it with arrows.
Okay.
And so I guess I'll get 3 arrows. I'll be able to fire 3 arrows at it
Damn.
with the haste. The haste gives me 1 extra weapon attack. So I will fire just 3 straight up arrows. Where's my other? A 10 will probably miss. The 22 will probably hit.
The 22 actually sinks an arrow into its barky white blanched skin.
How about a dirty 20?
Dirty 20 will also sink an arrow into its...
Actually, it would be even
You
a
missed it
dirty
by
22.
one. Yeah.
It was a dirty 22 because I was looking at my short sword, but my arrows are a +9.
Both arrows hit.
Okay, so 2 arrows hit. Those are 21 total piercing among the two.
Okay. That's some nasty looking sap comes weeping out of the wound.
It's right over. Oh, gotcha.
So that's going to be your paladin's turn. You're seeing the brave little.
I'm now with my movement. I'm gonna go to the back, like at the edge of that corner with everyone else.
No, I was hoping you'd forget that.
No. I was like, I misty stepped myself back, and I was like, blink, 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 and then let me skitter the rest of the way back.
So you go back to where everyone else seems to be in the safe zone?
Yeah.
That is really only 10 feet into the safe zone. This thing's got range. Henceforth, the magic shield. So what's our paladin going to do? Are you going to just call for a retreat and say we should lock it up and call it a night?
How much is the Jasper worth?
Give me an investigation roll to see if you can basically guess on how much those are worth.
$18?
You could probably sell them for about 100 gold each.
$600 for this nonsense?
800.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
They
each
surround
corner
the
in each
pool.
side. Okay,
Yeah.
let's see the corner ones.
Goo's on the menu. I don't know. Tree goo? Tree sap?
Can we set it on fire?
No, it's too dank in here.
Unless it's
Magic fire?
Is $800 worth it?
There might be stuff down in the pool.
Which we all know you want to go way into.
As he pulls a slug out of it and eats it later. This is our slug pool!
We gotta kill it sooner or later.
It hasn't moved. It's just waved its branches.
There's
It's almost like the alchemist did something to this thing to keep it immobilized. Or it's really a tree. You probably think it's not a tree.
It attacked Aconite.
No.
You kill it?
Deserves to die.
Huh?
You kill it?
Well, we were checking it out. I mean, we can back down the corridor at this point, but see if it follows.
I'm assuming if it would have been following us by now.
It's gonna sit there and fling goo at us.
Well, go back to the beginning. Tell them to shut the door. And it's stuck.
That's the thing. It's obviously been trapped down here for quite a while.
He's just lonely.
So what do you guys
With
do?
his friends.
That's true. It ate all to the friends.
Leaving it?
There's no point.
There is no honor in this kill.
But there's money in it.
We wait till our wizard has learned alchemy to make alchemist fire, then we come in and napalm the room.
Just like
Jasper doesn't burn.
Roman fire in there. Or Greek fire.
So what are you gonna do?
I like that idea. Come back and just we can burn it down.
Okay, so basically the paladin is walking off.
Do we really want 800? I mean, 800 gold's 800 gold.
Right.
So what's our cleric gonna do? Is the paladin's just like, there's no honor in this kill. There's no glory to be had with this dead tree. Or hey, maybe you start collecting trees. Maybe it's motif.
Is it undead?
Possibility.
An undead tree.
Now we're in trouble. She made that look like I a plan.
go. So,
You have many things. I have faith in all of your things.
Decisions.
I have lots of decisions.
She's waiting for her god to answer her call.
Yes. Death, give me something more than just a croak of last gas.
We shall call this the fishing tree. It sends you emails and says, click this link.
Yeah.
And people
Clickbait.
do. Da-da-da-da.
It works for the ranger. Click me with an arrow.
Okay, so basically,
You guys are nice and safe, 50 feet away back here.
and he's walking off.
He's walking away. He's like, this doesn't seem to be interesting.
Just walk away.
There you go. I'm going to, because it's 50 feet away and I can throw this at 120 feet,
Okay.
I'm going to chill.
Okay, so you cast Chill Touch. Is that a saving throw?
No, I think that's a, see if I hit it.
I thought you just cast that.
I did, but do you think I've memorized them?
It's a ranged spell attack for 1d8 damage.
Yeah, so,
So roll a d20,
yeah. but
answer
here.
6. And
22?
Damn! So immediately you Chill Touch, and your chilly blast goes across the room, touches it, and burns its hide for how many points of damage? 8. So there's a creepy frostburn handprint between the 2 arrows. Okay, it takes damage, and you see it's like, and the mouth is just like undulating open and closed.
It seems to be angry.
Yeah, but it seems to not be able to move.
That's a good point.
I said we put it out of its misery. It's not it's not, as you say, not an honorable kill. It's a mercy killing.
It's funny
The
how many
operative
things
part
she
of you
kills.
for this is the killing. Let's not call the mercy.
Okay, so over the next hour, how do you all kill it from over 50 feet away? And does anyone get closer to it?
Nah, no need.
Yeah.
Nobody moves within 10
There's-
feet when it starts going,
There's absolutely no
and you're
reason
seeing
to.
the 10 feet from where you're standing is its maximum range, and it's like panic firing tentacles at you.
I moved 9 feet forward.
So
You're 1 foot out of
Yeah.
range.
each of you guys who are in there trying to kill this thing, which by the way is an AC 20, so it's going to take a long time for you to whittle it down. And only
That's
100 hit points.
Good thing I have a cantrip.
So you're constantly chill touching it,
Yeah.
and like every third chill touch is making contact. What is our wizard doing?
he just sits down on the floor and just watches him.
Okay.
I'm out of regular arrows. I need to at least pick up a couple of them out of.
I mean, I don't really care if it lives or dies, if it's boiled down to it.
So-
So, I mean, it is kind of entertaining.
So we're just,
Like,
giving
I don't think
we're
target
just cheering her
practice.
on.
I mean, she's the only one that's not losing ammo.
Yeah,
She's like, that's 2 golden arrows. That's not coming out of the budget.
except
But once
I'm-
dead, you can just regain your arrow.
no, you
So-
recover half.
Oh.
That's
So-
why I've been down so much. And we have,
Everyone's watching you for
We
an
need to go
hour
leave this
of you
place.
constantly,
Yeah,
every
we
6
did
seconds,
way too
casting
long.
chill touch. And you're just
Yeah.
saying, chill touch hit, chill touch miss, chill touch hit, chill touch miss. And this
I
thing's
wonder
just...
though, I can go up there and cast lightning lure on it, but it
Well,
would
you
drag it
already
out of the
said you
pool.
weren't doing anything.
What's the range of lightning lure?
15 feet, but it pulls it up to 5 feet away from me.
So you're going to get within 15 feet of something that has a 50-foot range.
Oh, I thought it had a 10-foot range. Okay.
no,
No,
we were
Currently,
standing 10 feet
you're
away
10
from.
feet outside of
60
its
feet
range, so it's literally Like from me to you, it's flicking
okay.
out its tentacle at you right now, going, "You son of a bitch, come forward!"
Okay. Yeah, no.
Yes, come within 15 feet of
It's
it.
a cat with his hand underneath the door.
Right.
Anything that touches me is dead. So over an hour, you whittle this thing away.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay. There are the jasper rods that easily come out of the little holding. They look like just like a rod.
During that time when the haste wore out, I just sort of had a sugar crash.
So who's going to go collect the rods?
I feel invested, so I'm going to go in there and try to grab some of those rods.
Okay.
I feel invested in this room.
He did get attacked.
Yeah.
So you collect the rods. You've got your hands full of these rods. You guys are coming on out. The paladin, what are you doing over this hour? Looking at the book?
Reading my book. Yeah.
As the four of them come in, you realize, because hey, you made your deck save and they all didn't, that for one, they all look horribly filthy. They have whatever was on the floor and walls all over them. And now that you're back and you've got your rods, you put your rods down. I'll let
2 arrows back.
two of you give me a survival check. Two of you guys can do survival. I have faith in you. It's an easy check.
21.
21.
30-20.
Damn. So you guys do know that that you basically have some offshoot of russet mold on you. Remember that horrible roll in the cave? You all got patches of it scraped all over you when you went through the cave.
I don't remember what that was.
It's horrible mold that normally when you step on it releases a cloud of poison damage.
Oh, that stuff.
This is like a cousin to that, or maybe it's just been very undernourished for a long time in a dark, dark place, and not actually being able to grow and be all aggressive like it should be.
Should be vampiric touch. Anyways.
Well, I think that was us for our 11 dexterity saves.
Yeah.
So,
That's what
Oh,
we
is
got.
that what it was? I didn't.
Is
I,
that
I,
what-
That's exactly what those dex saves
Okay.
were about.
Yeah.
Then I'm fine.
Yeah, that's...
I passed my dex.
You made your. I thought you
Oh,
did.
like
I thought
20
you all had
something.
11.
No.
That's
This
right,
side of the table
that's
had the 11.
right. That is
Whew.
exactly right.
Hey, you got that healing ointment.
We have 2 doses for 3 people.
So,
You're not a full person.
we cast Leoman's tiny hut, we conjure water, and we spend the time cleaning our clothes.
Is that what you guys do? I mean,
And I guess at this point we can take a long rest and hide in the hut.
Yeah.
In the workshop.
okay, so you cast the tiny hut, and since this is the first time they really get to enjoy your hut, what does your hut do?
So the hut looks like it looks like a wonderful treehouse. Of course, wonderful to us, the goblin folk.
The goblin folk.
It is very uneven, but the seams are tight. The walls are sort of awkward and
Homey.
Homey.
awkward to humans. Homey.
Tarzan.
You mean totally bugbear related?
Yes, and tall enough for me and the hobgoblins to walk around in.
Nice.
But too short for the goblins.
And the temperature inside, there's a nice fire crackling. There's rugs across the floor. There are like long bench tables that are wide enough that even a bugbear could lay out on them.
Get to mark if you have inspiration.
And they've got comfortable rugs or just furs actually for pillows and the like. So, yeah. It's a work in progress.
It's a work in progress.
And we can have up to 9 creatures in here, so me and my familiar and everyone else is more than enough space. So.
It's nice and roomy.
Mm-hmm.
So, regarding the mold that you all have on you,
And that some of us have.
Well, that's what I was saying. Is we
Sounds like we're
can
rolling around in the slime.
we can wash it off, right?
It can be cleaned. You can attempt to get rid of it. It's like black mold, man. It's like black mold.
It's a bit more.
Your hut now is
Bathe in
black
some
mold.
bleach.
Yeah, the hut goes away. It'll come back fresh the next time.
So, how are you going to go ahead and clean that mold up?
I guess I need an Arcana roll
That could work.
to figure it out.
I was wondering if I do survival.
I'll take a nature. Or I'll take a survival. I'm sure survival is in many a cave.
11.
21.
Okay, so of course, you know, the wizard comes up with we should burn all of our belongings. Other than that, we should bathe everything in vinegar. Vinegar will clean it up. That's a really good standby. Urine, that's ammonia. That ammonia would work. Or you could just go to the alchemist kit out there and use components to do that.
Well, it's big enough. I mean, it's circled in the lab, so while we're resting, I can...
But it comes down to our new mad scientist alchemist here. What do you tell them is the way to clean this mold off? You could tell them urine's the only way.
Yeah, we got to pee on it.
Okay, so he basically tells those of you who have contracted this mold, and by the way, it's nasty. It's growing on you.
Which is us two only, right?
No.
No, me too.
Oh,
You
Yeah,
three.
because
That side of the table's got mold.
Yeah, I got it too. I
And
got it
as,
first.
as the two of you decide, you know, you're probably hemming and hawing over it, and you just start peeing on it. I walk over to the workbench and I start using the alchemicals.
You told? That's what you said would work.
You gave him a cure. He's like, this is totally the backwoods cure.
Yeah.
It will work.
Yeah.
From
From a certain point of view.
It sounded good to me.
Well, you know from experience.
Yeah.
So that is a good place to wrap it up there with mold. Mold.
Golden showers.
Thank you for listening to D&D Journey of the 5th Edition, a member of the Creative Play and Podcast Network. Please follow us on Patreon at patreon.com/CPPN to never miss a show or stream.
Hello, this is Eric.
And Wendy Strog with Stone Valley Hobby and Games.
We sell board games, card games, role-playing games, and supplies. We have thousands of Magic the Gathering cards available, carry Kickstarter products, and work with veteran-owned small businesses to bring you our own line of products.
We are a small business retailer, but we offer competitive prices, a loyalty system, and free shipping on orders over $100.
As a military veteran myself, I'm a strong supporter of our armed forces, their families, and contractors out there doing the hard job. So any order from an AA, AE, or EP address will be shipped absolutely free.
Remember, StoneValleyGames.com, where we take your leisure seriously.
I was thinking the bugbear is just going to walk up and pee on somebody.
You probably would.
No fuss, no much. Just pee on somebody.
Again?
It works for jellyfish, too.
Right.
And thankfully, this is a very weak and inert version of the mold, as opposed to the one that would be spawning veggie-pygmies if someone died on
I
it.
do remember that because I remember rolling really well on that initial check.
Yeah. When you were like, oh, we don't mess with that mold.
Yeah.
Weren't they in S3?
What's that?
Weren't Veggie-Pygmies in S3?
Huh?
That was one that I thought it went a little too crazy.
Too wonky kitchen sink.
Yeah, I was like, okay, I like fantasy and all that and weird stuff, but this just into a whole new region of weird.
Over the weekend or something like that, somehow that's I don't know whose pencil that is.
Oh, I think it's probably...
There.
Okay.
It's not mine.
It's not yours?
I borrowed it.
So it is.
Oh.
It belongs to the house.
Stage there.
Yeah. But yeah, someone linked to a creature from the creature codex, and then I was like, "Is that real?" And then I found another interesting creature from the creature codex. The first one was the swole ball.
Oh, wow, that sounds
It's an actual medium-sized buff looking
It's
kobold. It is literally and then the other, but wait, what? And it was like apparently like as a Twitter post, someone had like these are among the crazy creatures in the codex. Was it was an ooze that was a water bowl with a giant shark inside.
Oh my!
They're considered a conjoined creature.
That's weird.
And it's like the picture is it's a large sized fish bowl with a shark in there. Wow. You can see whatever's in there, but it can move, and anything within like 5 feet or something like that, it can try to absorb them in.
It's mimics at its worst. It's like this is how you GM.
Swole ball though. I was almost thinking, can you imagine if somebody somehow like a trap smacked you in the nuts and caused it to you're having to walk around. Okay, your movement is impeded by 15 or half your movement.
Make a con save every step because it hurts.
Step.
Dude, you're swole.
Because you're squishing your nut.
Yeah.